Hello, welcome players and parents to the 2019 season. My name is Michael Stanley. You can call me Coach Stanley. You can call me Mike. I'm really not too much of a formal guy. I like to make things personal so everybody's comfortable. Um, First off, I'd like to say how excited I am for this season. I've been very eager to kick this off for a long time, so let's get started. What we'll be talking about tonight is my plans and my goals to achieve a successful season. I don't think success is measured in wins and losses personally, although myself and the coaching staff will be doing everything to teach these kids the skills and the knowledge of the game so that we can win, because we are most certainly going to do everything in our power to win, but winning isn't everything, and I want that to be known right from the jump. I think the definition of a successful season for me is, one, the kids having fun, because that's what sports are for. Sports are for learning life and for having fun, especially at a young age. But also my belief of a successful season is growth. It is being better on the last day than you were the first day in all aspects of life, whether that is the physical development, whether it is mental development, whether it is social, cognitive. I plan to do my best to help these kids be better humans, better athletes than they were on the last day, on the first day. So let's get started. What I'll be talking about tonight is what is moral behavior and why is it important to behave morally. I will be going over what I think are some important life skills and why they are important. And then I will be going over my plan on how I want to teach these kids these moral behaviors and these life skills. So first, what is moral behavior? Merriam-Webster defines morality as conformity to ideals of right human conduct. Everybody has their own personal ideals of what is right and what is wrong. Hopefully, parents, our ideals align so that these kids can have one concise lesson, one concise train of thought, so that we're not conflicting and they don't know who to listen to. Some synonyms for morality are character, goodness, honesty, integrity, and righteousness. I believe these are mottos to live your life by. You should always be honest. You should always be a person of high character and be righteous. I think that it's not always easy to be those things, but I would do my best to teach those things through this sport and through this season, and hopefully give these kids something to live their life by. My personal definition of moral behavior is doing what is right regardless of the consequence in order to create justice for yourself and others. Something like I stated before, doing what is right, or being honest, or having integrity, or being righteous isn't always the easiest thing. So doing what is right, doing those things regardless of the consequence, is something that I plan to instill in these kids to the best of my ability. And remind you, I'm not perfect. I don't do these things at all times, but I'll do my best to be an example. And you know how the old saying goes, do as I say, not as I do. So forgive me if I don't live perfectly by these morals and codes. The importance to me of what moral behavior is I think having good morals and morality is the major component to just being a good human overall. It doesn't have to just be within sports or the realm of sports. It helps you to be a good human. I think there's a constant struggle between what is right and what is wrong. All different types of religions try to define it, good and evil, yin and yang. I could go on. I'm not here to debate spirituality or religiousness, but I think that it is a common theme in life that there is a good and there is a bad. So hopefully my teachings and my skills through this sport can steer these youngsters into a right decision, into a right path. And because ultimately I believe, or what I have found in my personal life, that when you are righteous and have integrity and you are honest, have good moral behavior, you end up being rewarded for it. It's not always immediately, but it's not, material rewards or superficial rewards. I think it's more of a feeling and a personal satisfaction. You just become an overall happier person once you start to display righteousness and integrity and love for others. It's like I said, it's not always going to be easy, but it is worth it and it is satisfying. These life skills that I plan to teach, I think the definition of life skills is in the name. It is skills that you master throughout your life, and it helps your life become easier, more successful, and stress-free. The book defines or has Valley and Chase is the book, is what I refer to. Chapter 16 refers to life skills. It breaks it down into 5 different categories. There is physical competence, which is learning how to play a sport and be physically active. There's social competence, which is cooperation, effective empathy and communication, and respect for others. There's cognitive competence, which is decision making and academic skills. There's emotional competence, which is emotional control and taking responsibility for one's actions. Then there's also behavioral competence, which is pursuing personal goals, developing problem-solving skills, and productively contributing to one's community. Now, I think there are many ways to define the importance of all those categories, but I do my best to keep it concise because sometimes I can get long-winded. But I think the importance of physical competence is that in life it is generally necessary to be mobile in order to be productive. Now there are some people that have overcome that, due to complication or disability, but if you are blessed to not have those, then the more mobile, the more active, the more in shape you are, the wider range of skills and trades and things that you can do, activities in life that you can do to be productive or to live an enjoyable life. Then there is social competence, which is cooperation and dealing with people. The way I broke that down is you're going to deal with people every single day of your life, and the better you are at dealing with them, the easier life is going to be. You can't control who you deal with, but you can control how you deal with them. And I believe that being empathetic and sympathetic and also being patient is, just 3 things that help dealing with people become a lot easier. And it doesn't become dealing with people, it becomes, loving with people and interacting with people, because dealing with people sounds like it's a problem and a hassle, and it's not always. Then there's cognitive competence. The way I break that down is the importance of life. I think life is a learning process, so you should be a student of everything and try to learn life as you live it. You have to make decisions every single day, and the better you are at that, the easier life becomes. The next one is emotional competence. I believe that we are in control of our emotions and not the other way around. Because when you let your emotions take control, you start to lose grip on the other aspects of competence. Mostly, personally, it's probably cognitive competence. Sometimes when I get anxiety or get a little nervous, I lose my train of thought. Sometimes it happens in public speaking, such as this setting right here. But if we can master those emotions and become, emotionally competent, then it makes situations in life, in everyday life, so much easier. And then there is behavioral competence. I believe the importance of that is, no matter the direction that you're going in life, it's gonna require work. It's gonna require effort. So once you set your goals, you have to understand how you have to behave and the steps that you have to take in order to achieve those goals. So understanding what you have to do and how you have to do it in order to achieve what you want is the importance of behavioral competence. Now, my plan for achieving that this season is quite simple. It's not rocket science. One, I would like to be an example myself. I'm not perfect, but I will do my best to display what I believe are good moral behaviors and good life skills in order so the kids can have somebody to look up to and try to emulate. Like I said earlier, I'm not perfect, so bear with me. And then throughout the season, I'd hope to bring in other people that they can look up to, whether it be a figure in the community, whether it be an athlete, or somebody that I believe is a good role model, so that these kids can have somebody other than me or other than the parents to look up to. Because you can never have too many good examples in life. Next, I will set clear, defined rules for these kids of what I believe is acceptable behavior. I'll make it, fair and just, and so that no kid's left out and no kid is excluded. And then, personally, I'm big on team mottos. Living your life by a motto is, I think, an easy way to stay on the same track and stay on the same page, especially in a team setting like this. So we will come up with a team motto, and I haven't come up with that yet. I have a general idea of where I want the motto to be, but my idea was to let the team help me create this motto so that they would feel more personally invested, and they would be, more eager to living by this because they helped create it. Next, I would like to give, rewards and give awards for kids who live by this motto and who are good examples to their other teammates and then to the competition that we play. I haven't decided on all the awards yet, but maybe I'll even let the kids help decide that too, so they know exactly what they're working for. Another plan of mine is to teach life through this sport, because sports aren't the only thing in life. They're just a part of life. So learning a sport, but learning life through a sport makes it so much more worth it. So I hope that I can, the best way I've learned in life has honestly been through sports. I've just been around 3-sport athlete almost my whole life, so hopefully I can impart some of the knowledge that I've learned in my 23 years onto these kids. And then last but not least, actually this is probably the most important part, is we're going to have fun. That is my plan, that is my goal, because like I stated earlier, sports are for fun. They're not supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to be something that you do because you enjoy it. So if I can teach life and take every moment or take every opportunity to teach life and use these teachable moments to help these kids be more successful and live a stress-free life through this sport, and we can have fun while doing it, then that is a successful season for me. Again, at the end of the year, the record is not important, but the memories are, the lessons are, and the fun is important to me. So, parents, I'm open to discussion. I'm open. You can contact me whenever you want. I don't want this to feel impersonal. I want you to feel like it's an open doorway with me. So feel free to talk to me after this if you want. And again, thank you for showing up, and let's have a good season. Thanks.